Hello and welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucie and I run a small crochet plushie business called Bubble Cat Crochet. Hello again, it is Wednesday and I am busy but in a good mood, which is always nice. The sun is shining, my Etsy is going cha-ching, so it's all good. Selling lots of rats yet again. Sold out of rats again last night. There was a bit of like a flurry of orders and the rats sold out again, so relisted those. But I actually have one of the colours in stock. It's the colour that I said nobody ever buys, these silver ones that I think are actually probably my favourite colour of rat. I really like these. It's got a bit of loose fluff, so just take that off. But this little ratty is going all the way to Glasgow, so a very speedy order for this person who only ordered last night. If only they were all that quick. Sirens going past, how rude. Anyway, I also finished a custom kitty cat, so as always I'll put the picture of the real cat here, and this is my crocheted version. So it is a regular size loaf cat, not one of the XLs, so it's using Wallen's Bunny Baby I think pretty much, and I want to say the white is Yarn Smith's chenille, which I've missed using actually because it's so nice to sew with. But yeah, I've tried to get the face details as closely, like to match as closely as I can. We've got a little pink nose, white whiskers, green eyes. Behind the front paws, the cat has some markings on the back of its legs, so I've done this to try and emulate that. A little butt on the back. So yes, he is all... Are you a he? I can't remember. They are off to their new home this afternoon. I need to go to the post office. And I also finished my... Oh, hang on, we need to do a bit of hairstyling. There's a bit of a situation going on. Well, there's a situation going on right here as well, but let's not talk about that. I finally finished my teeny tiny pony. So this is Tinks. I think it was yesterday. I was talking about these pony kits. Finally finished it, so she'll be going to her new home today. I've done the little white V on the back. We've got the multicoloured mane and tail. The markings on the legs, a little pretty face. I'm really happy actually with how the little face has come out. I think the shape's lovely. And then it has this little Tinks bridal charm as well. So going to its home today. So I'm very excited. Hopefully the recipient loves their little pony. That is all the orders for today. I need to make 2 horses because they will need to go out tomorrow. So we've got a very busy evening. And I also want to make some time to spend in the garden with my daughter because the sun is beautiful. Sneak preview of what I'm about to show you. So yeah, I want to spend some time in the garden with her after work later on. It's lunchtime right now, so yeah, that will be nice. I've got a small, it looks much bigger actually on camera, quite a small yarn order for me from my favourite Actually Yarn. Why can I not say that? Anyway, I talk about this place all the time, but I have mentioned that I've got a memorial order for 3 horses. All the horses are the same and they are in... I don't have any up here because I took it all downstairs in preparation for crocheting. Okay, I'm going to have to like dismantle it and take them out one by one because for some reason I'm unable to open it. All the horses are in this colour, which is Chestnut by Wallen's Bunny Baby. It's beautiful. I go through gallons of this all the time. I think I got 4 balls of it, but I can't remember. So when I find out how many are in there, I will show you. And then I stocked up on a couple of one-off colours. So I got this one by Dolce, which is 796. I was hoping to use this for my rat ears and tail, but actually it's quite a bit pinker. It will probably still work, to be honest. I don't mind. I sometimes flex between different colours of pink for rats, so that should work fine. I was looking to see if I got another of that one, but I don't. Then I have one of this, which is 853 by Dolce. This is for my seagull beaks and legs and feet. Staying on a seagull-y theme, although actually these are for rats, I think, is what I had in mind. Anyway, let me just grab the other one. So for either seagull decorations or rats, I got 2 balls of this dark grey, 760 by Dolce. The Dolce is only £3 a ball at the moment, so if I can get a colour in Dolce, like this dark grey, rather than Bunny Baby or Jelly Baby, I'm going to get it because it's cheaper, and Dolce seems to have had a bit of a quality upgrade. I don't know if it's just certain colours, but like this one, it feels really nice and it feels very similar to the Yarn Smith chenille. But I've not seen anything to say that they've changed their yarn, but it's definitely much better. They're all the same. They're all like this new consistency. Something's changed. I don't know what, but I'm very happy about it. And it's £3 a ball, so if I can get the colour in Dolce, I'm going to try and do that. But Bunny Baby does have shades for ponies and cats and things that I can't live without. Silver, as always, I go through stacks of this for cats, horses, seagulls, rats as well, although they're not usually that popular in that colour, but I really like this one. Okay, so I got the pale pink in Woolland's Bunny Baby for rats. There's a bit of a colour comparison for you. And yeah, that's pretty much a perfect match with the rats. So that is what I'll be using for rats. I think actually the brighter pink might look good with black, maybe, and white. Sometimes with the white rats, this doesn't stand out that much, so I might try the darker one for that. This is just another of the Ginger Ale and Dolces. Another 2 of the chestnuts, which brings us up to 3 at the moment. It turns out I ordered 5 balls of chestnut, but actually 3 horses, a ball and a half each. I've got, I think, 3 already, so that will be fine, because I've got 1 more horse to do that's not part of the order, but is also that colour. Doesn't mean I don't have any spares though. Unlike me to not order spares. There's just another one of the brighter pinks there. Another chestnut that takes up to 6. And a yellow. This is fierce. Wow. I don't know why I bought this. I will use it for bees, I think, probably, because I've got a bee order and I want to make some for my market. I've got a couple of yellows anyway, but I remember buying it, but I've no idea why I bought it. But yes, a nice cheerful bright yellow to make us smile. That is everything. That felt like a very chaotic yarn haul. So yeah, I've got lots of yarn I need to try and find a home for. I'm not even going to bother looking on there because there's no room on there, as evidenced by the fact things keep falling off it behind me. Next plans are to box up these 3 little critters and then put my yarn away, go to the post office, get on with crocheting some horses, I think. It's just a very busy period at the moment. And I seem to say that in every video. Maybe I'm always busy. I just don't realise. Just next week I know is very busy. So I really want to make a dent on these horses. Then I can like blast through lots of little ratties and cats and things like that. But the horses usually wipe out an entire evening each. So I really need to get on with those. I'm hoping to have time to show you the finished horses before they have to go in the post. I need to get them both done this evening and tonight after my daughter's gone to bed. Kitty cat, so I can film tomorrow lunchtime before we go out for the afternoon. So I'm going to stop chatting and start packing. Hello, happy Sunday. It has been a little bit manic and I am super busy today, so I thought I would quickly hop on and show you what I've been making over the weekend. I have made a very special order, which I'm just going to grab. That sounds terrible. All orders are special. However, this one was unusual to say the least. So let me show you the first one. Basically, I had a request from a customer whose horse had very sadly passed away and she wanted more than one of these making. So this is one based on a photo she showed me, so I will put the photo here so you can see. So I've tried really hard to get like the detailing right around the nose and the blaze up the front of the face. I went for the very pretty gold glitter eyes and then tried hard again to make sure I've got the markings on the front and the back legs just right. I've got lovely glossy black mane and tail. And then I made a second one, but that's not all. The reason I've been very busy is because I've made 3 of these, which is slightly mad to get them all the same. I'm just double checking like all the front legs and back legs in the viewfinder to make sure that I've got them all the right way around. But yeah, basically we have 3. How many times am I going to say basically? You know, we have 3 of these little cuties all ready to go off to their new home, so that is super exciting. Then I have a little custom rat. So as always, I'll pop the picture here so you can see. So I've gone for like the grey detailing around the face, black eyes, and then it has some like darker patches on the back. So I just did a couple of colour changes into like a dark steel grey because I thought that would work quite nicely. Then the belly is white. And the last order I have to show you today is for 4 rats. Now these are a little bit unusual. Let me show you the not unusual ones first. So we have this little cutie pie here. It was a gorgeous chocolate brown. We have a lovely little black one as well. Just checking there's a bit of fluff there. So yes, we have a chocolate brown and a black. Then We have a custom rat, which is here. Pop the picture on there. So I've gone for like a charcoal colour and I'm obsessed with it. I think it looks amazing. I'm going to make a rat that's solidly this colour so that I can upload it to my Etsy store as a colour choice. I'm in a rush, I've got a lot to do, so this will be a speedy bit of the vlog. But yeah, I think that would be a great like solid colour option. And then I'm going to do it as like a, if you imagine the rest of the body from where my hand is white, I'm going to do it so you can have like the charcoal head white body, because I do have an option at the moment for grey head white body, which is that sort of darker grey, which looks nice, but I think that will work well too. And then finally, I have a blind rat. So a plain white rat with no eyes, which is a new one for me. Actually, you know what? I really like it. So yeah, these are the 4 customs that are going home. So we have our 4 ratties. That is going to be it for this bit, because I need to get these boxed up and drop them off in the Royal Mail locker. So I will catch up with you later. Hello, from a slightly different viewpoint. If you can't tell, I am on the sofa because I'm doing some crocheting. And I thought, for once, why don't I attempt to crochet and chat? We'll see how this goes. Usually when I try and do crocheting and chatting, I lose count and forget what I'm doing, which happens quite a lot. So we're going to give it a go. I need to get this kitty cat done because it needs to go to the post office. It's not actually due to go until tomorrow, but I want to try and get ahead a little bit because I was going to edit my YouTube video yesterday. I didn't, and I fell asleep super early, so I'd barely got anything done. All I managed to finish was this little rat here. This is another custom order. Interestingly, the customer who bought this sent me a drawing of the rats that she'd done, which is absolutely incredible. I love it. And it was so helpful to see where the cream markings were on this rat, because on the actual picture of it, it's quite hard to tell. But yeah, just so that you can see, it has the red eyes, obviously, but it has this sort of cream around the head and neck, and then this patch on the back. And there's also another rat to go with it, who is also in the drawing, which is this one. So again, I've used that really nice sort of charcoaly brown colour for this rat, white and pink ears and tail. So they are done. I've also made, where is it? A seagull. Again, this is another seagull. So we have him, he is all ready to go as well. Just pop him there so I don't lose him. And then I'm making a black and white tuxedo love cat at the moment. So I'm just basically securing my magic circle that's not a magic circle, because I did the chain 2 method on this one. But I just like to sew over that first row with the tail that's left over to make sure that it doesn't get any ideas about coming undone. There we go, and you can never really tell that much, it just looks quite neat. And I do find that when I embroider the nose then on top of that initial circle, it just stays a lot neater, and because there's more yarn there, I guess it sort of holds it in place better. Sometimes if you don't do that, then where your actual stitches are is not where I want the nose to sit. So once I've sewn over it a few times, I know where to sew now so that it will force the stitches of the nose in the right place. That was probably a terrible explanation, but it's the best I can do. So yes, I am just working on this. I've been watching some YouTube videos this morning. I've been hearing this weird beeping sound for ages and I'm thinking, what is that noise? It's driving me mad. I just looked out of the window and there's like a field over there with horses in it. Not today, there's a field with a massive big yellow JCB digger thing cutting down a tree. Which is very sad for the tree. But that would explain what all the noise is, so hopefully you can't hear that. I'll try and, if you can hear it, I'll try and edit it so that you can't hear it. But every time, you can guarantee that whenever I start filming, an ambulance will go past or a big digger will appear and start digging or something. Anyway, I managed to get all my rats to the post office yesterday, so they're all on their way to their new homes. But yeah, once I've done this cat, that is it for this week's orders, which makes me feel really good actually. Turns out Mr. Seagull didn't want to sit here, so I've just put him on the shelf up there. Rude. And I realised this morning I'm down to my last ball of white chenille yarn, which is a little bit stressful because I've got lots of rats to make. So I really need to place a little order. I'm just waiting for Actually Yarn to come back off holiday so I can order from there. Hello, today is what day is it? Tuesday. And I have been very busy. So let me show you what I've been working on. It has been a very chilled weekend for me actually, which has been quite nice. It was Mother's Day in the UK on Sunday, so I went and spent some time with my mum. I'm also a mum. I have a daughter, so it was lovely to spend lots of time with her as well. Although she is 4, so, you know, I do spend like basically 99% of my time with her anyway. But just lovely to have some like proper family time. I also saw my dad on Friday. He came down to do some kitchen work, fit a new tap, all that sort of exciting stuff. And then we did some shopping, went to the park. So yeah, it was just a very nice family weekend, a really good refresh and reset. I didn't actually do much crocheting either, so I'm like a woman with new hands. What I did make last week that I haven't filmed yet, and I don't really know why, are some Highland Cows in preparation for my market. This is the first one I made, and I think off the top of my head this pattern is by Crochet, but I will leave all of this in the description box below if you would like to make your own Highland Cow. This is a pattern, it's basically like a laying down one. I chose this one because it's no sew, and because it's a Highland Cow themed event that I'm doing, I'm going to be making a lot of these. So if I can minimise the sewing, you better believe that I will do everything I can to minimise the sewing on this. So they have this really big, like, cute nose, got little eyes. The hair is added on after, and someone asked me how I get the hair to stay in. So I double knot every single one, every single time I can pull a loop through to keep it really secure. It's the same technique that I use on my big crocheted horses. And then I also use an invisible compliant thread just to go over those knots. You cannot see it at all, but that just means that they are 100% secure, and yeah, they pass testing. So that's all I'm bothered about. But if you did want any, like a little tip, if you have anything like this and you are in the UK, you need to do UKCA testing, then if your chenille yarn is snapping, I would always recommend reinforcing it with a compliant thread, whether that's, you know, double knit. I usually use acrylic, but whatever you have that's in the right colour, that's compliant, just go with that. Same for reinforcing the bobble feet as well, where the gap would usually be. Look at how cute he is and how chunky he is. So this one is in Yarn Art Dolce. I bought quite a few balls of this ginger colour, and I really love how he's turned out. I also made another one in this one, which I think I actually prefer. Don't tell the other guy that. This one is in Woolland's Bunny Baby, so it's exactly the same, but I think the colour is more Highland Cowish if I hold them both together. This nose is also Woolland's Bunny Baby, and that one is Dolce, so that was all Dolce, all Bunny Baby. But yeah, they do work up exactly the same size as you can see there, but yeah, exceptionally cute, same technique with the little hair there. So we have these bigger ones, and then I was playing around and making some mini ones, but I couldn't make them exactly how I wanted, but eventually I've cracked it. So this was one of the first ones I made. I did actually have another one of these to show you, but I gave it to my mum as a present for Mother's Day. So that one's not here, but this is one of the first little mini ones that we have. These are entirely no sew, even the ears, which I am super proud of. And yeah, just a really cute little pocket-sized cow. So the horns on this one are just a bobble stitch. I've gone for the same fringe. And then we have these ears that are no sew, but they're just crocheted in as you go. But look at them. They're like proper little ears. I'm so proud of that. My husband said that the horns aren't big enough on this. And obviously Highland Cows have bigger horns. These ones have small ones, but I wasn't sure how big I wanted to make them, obviously. But I did think maybe I could try something to make them a little bit pointier. So I tried to make it so the camera will focus on the cow. So I made these ones which have like this slightly pointier horns. The ones escaped. Got a cow on the loose. So if you hold them together, you can sort of see the difference between the pointier one and the non-pointy. I'm not entirely sure which one I prefer, so I think I'm going to make some of each. These are super quick to make. I can whip these up in about 15 minutes at the moment, so because I've made quite a few of them, yeah, I'm pretty fast. And I'm really happy with how these have turned out as like a lower cost option for my market. So I'll have some of these. I'm going to make some of the little bean stitches, cows as well. Dropped a cow for the market, and there will be a slightly higher price point than those ones, but yeah, these will be the more pocket money friendly style. Yesterday I had an order for a rat and a bee, I didn't film yesterday because I felt very under the weather, just like a constant car sick feeling. So I didn't film because my priority was basically just get through work, get these boxed up into the post office, and then just basically exist until it was an appropriate time to go to bed. But I also had an order that went out yesterday, and that was for a regular sized tuxedo loaf cat, the black and white, and that one went home with a white tortie cat. But they're all ones that you can like pre-select for my Etsy shop. So you've seen them before, so I thought I would just talk to you about it. It was a little bit exciting actually to get a bee order because I don't think I've had a bee order since last year. And I could really do with updating the listing photo because it's not great. So that has been like, well, I've remembered that I need to do that. Anyway, I will show you some ratties that I have made. These two are a pair to go together. So we've got this gorgeous chocolatey brown rat, and that one's going home with this one, which is the white but grey head variety of rat. They are the pre-selectable options on my Etsy shop. Then I have a all white rat. This is a gift. It is a memorial rat, but I don't know the recipient. I haven't seen pictures of the actual rat. I just know from the little note that comes with it, like the little gift message. It just says to remember her by, or I can't remember the exact wording. I've not written the card yet, so I will write the little card that goes with it. But yeah, just a pure white rat with the red eyes, who is absolutely gorgeous. She's so cute. This one's turned out like, her little face is so sweet. And then finally, the last one we have is an all white rat with a twist. It has a black patch, so I do have a picture of this little custom rat. This little sweetheart is called Tonks. So obviously I was very excited that it was like a Harry Potter themed name. Although I'm hoping that's why it has the name Tonks. If not, it's still cute, but to me it was Harry Potter themed, so I was excited. Here she is, all white, very cute, and then with this little black splodge here. I did this initially a little bit further back, and then as I was looking at the photo I thought, doesn't really feel like it's in the right place. I think it was on these two rows here, so I undid those and just moved it forward a little bit. But yeah, that is it. They are going to the post office today, not the cows. They're going to the market. I think for the rest of the week, I just have rat orders. My husband's dad has ordered a standing Highland cow, the Crochet by Jenna pattern, so I'm going to make that because we are seeing him on Saturday. And I have paused my, well, I haven't paused them. I've extended my Etsy delivery dates, dispatch dates, cannot speak, until after the market now, which feels very scary because today is April the 1st. And the dispatch date now isn't until the 10th of May. So quite a long time, which feels very scary for like a small business to have such a long dispatch time. But I really need to give myself some protected weeks without orders so that I can go wild on market prep. That's just the reality of trying to work what is now pretty much a full-time crochet business and a full-time job together. One of them is going to have to fully stop, so that the time I would spend crocheting for Etsy orders usually, I will just be focusing solidly on market prep. I was going to put my shop on holiday mode, but I keep seeing things that say it really like hammers your shop's ratings, and I'm just a little bit scared to do it. So hopefully people will be understanding. I can probably squeeze in, you know, if someone orders something and says, oh, I didn't realise it's too late, can I cancel it? I could probably move a couple of them forwards, but I just need to be mindful to not say yes to everybody, because all that will do is put even more stress on me, and I just sort of take a step back and listen to my body and what feels right and try and minimise some of the stress that's going on. I placed a little order yesterday from Actually Yarn to, I can never say it, Actually Yarn to restock black and white because I'm onto my last ball of white chenille. What a disaster, how have I let this happen? And get some more black, a couple more shades of brown and the Highland Cow colour. I'll show you that when it arrives, but I think that will probably come tomorrow because I didn't pay for express. It's really fast shipping anyway. That's pretty much it. I will come back when I have made more rats and whatever else I make. Oh, I did sell a snowy owl the other day, which is very exciting. A Hedwig inspired snowy owl. And a robin. What else have I sold? 2 axolotls. We've sold 2 more, which is super unusual because they never really sell. So that'll be fun. We've got a couple more different things to make, and I will bring you along for the ride. I've also made, I will stop talking in a minute because I've got loads to do. I've also made my first couple of pairs of safety eyes, and I am obsessed with how they've turned out. When I have my safety eye box with me, I'll bring it upstairs later, I will hop back on and show you the first few colours that I've made. I'm hoping to do a safety eye drop probably around mid-May time after my market's done. And I'll just have a couple of each colour in each size. I'm not going to go mad. And then I've got some ideas for some very special ones to add in there as well. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you managed to stick it out right till the end, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave it a like, comment down below, tell me what you are working on while you're watching this video, or if you have any ideas for upcoming videos that you would like me to make. We are fully into market prep season now, so I am going to be doing lots of market prep videos, but carrying on with my Etsy sales and all that sort of thing at the same time. If you aren't already subscribed, please think about maybe hitting the subscribe button down below. It always makes me smile, and we are finally over 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. With all that being said, I will catch you in my next video.